Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Keepin' Austin Queered. I'm Sky, and I am here with my now husband, back from our honeymoon, and we figured we'd do a little episode on that. So happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yay, happy 2025. Let's do the air horns. And just chit chat about it. I feel like a good. We haven't had you on since, what was it? The first episode? Yeah. So welcome back.
Thank you.
I feel like it'd be appropriate to have my honey bunny come back here for the
Honeymoon
recap and the next episode of the first episode of the new year. So, well. We went on an amazing trip to Tahiti,
French
Polynesia, and which I never thought I would be ever able to go on that trip. But I said this before, this was on my manifestation board, vision board, years and years ago. I remember when I saw, I don't know, I think it was like Kim Kardashian, to be honest with you, or some celebrity, I know you want to throw up, basically take this trip. And I was like, oh, the water on the huts, it looks great. You know, Bora Bora, what's the other one out there that people go to more towards Fiji and etc. So I was like, oh, there's no way that I would be able to afford this trip, but thanks to Costco travel
and my great sense of creative brainstorming and internet searching,
thank God. And one of the many reasons why I love you.
Yeah, we were watching the Olympics.
Yes, we were.
And surfing was there. And
surfing was in Tahiti.
We were just sitting there on the couch, and I was like, hey, what about Tahiti for our honeymoon?
And I said, there's no way. And you said, hold on
a minute. So I got my phone out.
Yeah.
And it was like the second or third. Actually, I think it was the second choice to pop up, and I clicked on it, and it was a deal from Costco. And you were like, let me see that. And you looked through it. You're like, this is legit. We've got a Costco membership.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And we booked it. And it was perfect.
Yeah.
And easy to do.
And very easy. And so we just wanted to recap that real quick. So anybody looking for an amazing trip out to Tahiti, what would you say overall? Like, honestly, great experience. No notes.
Absolutely.
Definitely go. Highly recommend it. We'll walk you through it, but just to let you know, it was definitely one worth doing. So
for sure.
Regardless of your honeymoon, Valentine's Day, birthday, just vacation, whatever, getaways, they did it really well. So, all right. So we left out of Houston because we spent the holidays at your parents' house.
Yes.
And we had them watch the dogs, and then we took a flight to LA, had a little bit of a layover, not bad. But then the flight was later though. You know, it's a night flight.
Right.
So we decided to have a few glasses of wine as we were waiting, and then we got on our Air Tahiti Nui,
but we also got to be the very first ones to board because we were on our honeymoon, and we told the guy when we were checking our bags, and we got to skip everybody. But then we had to wait on the plane the longest, but it was fine. It was a beautiful plane. It was had blue ambiance light. And
didn't we get laid on the plane, or we got like a flower?
We got a flower on the plane. Yeah.
Okay. Well, also remember you said, I guess you watched something on Instagram at the time, and they said, always mention that you are on a honeymoon to see what perks and benefits you could get.
Exactly.
And it literally worked every time.
And we were the first to board the plane, and they brought us a complimentary glass of so I don't think it was champagne. It was.
No, it was.
There wasn't much sparkle in it.
Well, it tasted like champagne. But here's the reason why I think you forgot why we got on the board first is because he called my name at the gate and said, "Oh, by the way, I have you guys sitting with each other, but your TV isn't working."
It's the only one on the
It's
entire
the only
plane.
one on the entire plane that's not working. And I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to not sit with him. It's a night flight. Thankfully, I downloaded all my favorite things I wanted to see on my iPad on Netflix. So I said, you know what? Here's the deal. I'm okay with it. Let us board first. And we did, and he ended up sending us a drink back from.
Yeah, no, I remember that, but we said it was our honeymoon, so that
it did. It definitely helped put it. Oh, and also I was overweight on the luggage. Shocker, but we ended up not having to pay extra for that. Kind of swindled our way into getting something free for that.
Exactly, and then the flight went off and I passed out, and the next thing I know, I wake up to literally the entire plane shaking, and the "put your seatbelts on" song.
You sleep through on planes pretty easy. I do not. I have to. I'm aware of my surroundings. What's going on? I can't sleep. Plane's gonna go down.
I was just really tired.
Yeah, you just put your mouth guard in. You put on your night mask, and you're just like, see you later.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like, can I get another glass of wine and can I burn through these documentaries?
Well, I didn't have the face mask on our way there.
No,
because I kept waking up because of the lights and everything like that.
Okay,
but I woke up from the plane shaking, and I thought, oh wow, we must already be there, and we were halfway. And I look on the map, and we're literally in the middle of nowhere Pacific Ocean, and they're like, there's going to be some turbulence. And that plane was bumping and shaking for like 2.5 hours.
It was like previously on Lost is what I was thinking, or
terrifying.
Manifest. Because, I think I was kind of dozing off at that point, and maybe slightly like my neck was rolling, passing out. And I experienced the same thing. I was like, wait a minute, we're going through some heavy turbulence. We have to at least be past the halfway mark. And no, we're halfway. And for those that may not know where Tahiti is, it's literally in the dead center, I feel like, of the Pacific Ocean with nothing around it at all. Past southern equator, south of Hawaii, way south of Hawaii, close to New Zealand. And so, it was definitely scary. And I'm like, oh, I think we're almost there. No, we're not even halfway through the flight. And it was definitely going on for quite a while.
Yeah, almost a third of the flight. It was doing that.
And then we just kind of braced ourselves and said, okay, I guess, this is what we're dealing with. And then they continued on like nothing was happening. And they served dinner, I think, which is, I think the food on the airplane is like very hit or miss, mostly miss. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the meal.
Yeah,
I wasn't hungry anyways, but I was like, well, let me see.
I always pop up when I saw something today. It's like when you're dead asleep, and then all of you hear them say beef or chicken, and I kind of perk up a little bit. I'm like, well, what is it? What kind of beef and what kind of chicken? Are we talking about Popeye? Are we talking about bolognese? Like, what are we talking about? But then we landed safely.
We were greeted with traditional Tahitian singers and the ukuleles, and
custom was a long ass line.
It was just it just took a little while because everybody from the plane was going through it, and because it
smelled like teen spirit, sweat, musk, everything.
It wasn't that bad.
It was. You were like, I'm dying, I'm sweating, it's hot, because we obviously changed climates. People had on hoodies.
That was when we were leaving, not when we got there.
No, when we got there, remember we were waiting.
There was no fans or air conditioning.
Yeah, we were sweating, and you were like, oh.
That wasn't that hot or sweaty as the second time.
Second time, but still hot and sweaty.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we waited a while, and people were skipping the lines. But
no, they weren't. There was only 2 lines.
Yeah, but they had 3 passport checkers, and if the third person wasn't paying attention, the other one was skipping them.
Well, no, they just weren't just keeping it flowing.
I don't know. Pay attention in your lines. They're skipping if they're not.
We got through. We're fine. We're safe. We had It was not that long. I've waited in lines longer in America.
Okay. Well, I don't like waiting in lines.
I know.
Clearly.
That's the...
So we got there, and then we had our names posted on the poster board.
We were greeted by a lei.
We got officially laid there, which was cool to see and experience to have.
And it was so easy. We got on the bus, and then the bus took us to the ferry, and then they took us out, and we're like, "You're going to go right here and wait there. Here are your tickets." We got on the ferry.
That was the best part about, I would assume, the Costco experience, is that very well guided. I didn't have to look for where to go, didn't know what direction or anything. It was very kind of hold your hands experience, which I appreciate, because going to a foreign country, obviously they do speak English, but it's not.
You don't know what you don't know.
Right. And they helped you out. So
yeah, I mean, there was that family who's been there, this was their second or third time. And even then they were like, this is so helpful, because you don't really know where to go, what to do, which ticket do you need? Where do I get the ticket?
And then on the ferry is where we experience who I call, there was one particular guy that was just coughing on the plane. Oh, no, he sat next to you when we were boarding our flight to LA to charge his phone. You didn't see it or recognize it, but I saw him wiping his eyes, coughing all crazy. I'm like, this bitch has COVID straight up. And I'm like, we are not trying to get COVID on our honeymoon, especially on this expensive vacation, and we just don't want to deal with it. So I kind of clocked him. I was like, okay, I'm watching you. Please don't sit next to me on the airplane. And then we ran into him on the ferry and literally sat with him. And I think his other family members seem like high school friends or something like that.
They were all in college.
Okay.
I think it was sister, brother, sister. I think they were cousins.
Yeah.
Because it was I don't know. That's just what I picked up, because the parents were all.
Yeah, but then he was sneezing, and then she was sneezing, and then everyone was sneezing, and he was just hacking and stuff. And I was like, me, I kind of have a cough sometimes. And I'm just like, but this guy has a COVID cough. And I just labeled him, instead of Swiss Family Robinson, I said, this is the sick family Robinson, because they were sick and I wasn't trying to get it. So anyways, we kind of kept running into them throughout the experience. But then the ferry landed, which was beautiful, kind of like a Jurassic Park kind of vibe for me. No?
Yeah, I can see it. And then we were picked up by another bus that was waiting for us. And then they drove us to our resort. Yeah. And we checked there. They dropped us off the front door.
We stayed at the Hilton. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, because we landed in Tahiti and then obviously catch the ferry. Yeah. And then landed on another island called Moorea.
Moorea. Yeah.
Moorea. Yeah. And got to the Hilton. And they're like, okay, everyone check in, but your room's not ready until 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was 2:00, and it was, I don't know, 9.
Yeah.
And so,
love when that happens.
They were like, well, you can go have breakfast, but breakfast isn't included today. It's the only day it's not included.
Oh, by the way, you explained this the best. It's not Costco, it's not an all-inclusive.
It's not an all-inclusive resort, but the deal that you get through Costco is that they cover the flights from Los Angeles directly to Tahiti, the transportation that picks you up from the airport and takes you to the dock, the ticket that takes you on the ferry from the dock to Moorea, the private island, and then transportation from the dock on Moorea to your hotel, and then 6 days, 5 nights at the Hilton, including bottomless breakfast, 3-course dinner. It does not include lunch, and it does not include alcohol.
And a mini bar, a fridge.
A mini bar and Nespresso and water.
Coffee and water.
And we had our own private villa with our own plunge pool.
Yep.
6 days, 5 nights, and then all of the transportation and flights back to LA for 2 people.
Yep. That was amazing.
It was an amazing deal. So it all came as that package. But it's not an all-inclusive resort.
So that morning, the breakfast was not included.
First morning. Yeah.
First morning. But I was like, okay, girl, we just got off this flight. Where else are we going to go? I'm tired. I'm hungry. I can use a mimosa. I'm paying for this, which honestly wasn't that expensive.
No.
But so we did, and it's a buffet style. You said breakfast was the best
Oh my God. It was
option each day. It was your favorite meal. Kind of just like, American, Polynesian, French.
I mean, they had bacon, they had sausage, they had an egg.
They had all the staples.
Station, all of the fruit, cereal, granola, poached eggs.
And that's where we met our friends.
Yes. So we sat down for our first breakfast, and we're just watching this beautiful view. And then this guy at the table next to us just starts like talking to us, and we're just
kind of like a Harley Davidson Santa Claus.
Yeah, exactly. And he rides
from Oregon.
And he rides motorcycles
from Oregon.
And we just start having a conversation. Then he introduces the lady sitting across from him, which is his sister. And so we're talking, getting to know them. We're like, we're on our honeymoon, and she's like, "Oh, here," and she gives us like, she already had a bottle of champagne at her table, and she was like, "My brother doesn't drink," so she like refilled our mimosa glasses with champagne, and we just kept talking, and we were just having a great time. And then we leave to go go to the pool.
Yeah, we just chit chat. They're fun people. Kind of sussing them out a little bit, but we connect and whatnot.
Yeah,
and then Connie realizes, oh, that's $100 bottle of champagne.
Yeah,
I did catch that because it was.
And then we
didn't mean to do that.
We go to the pool or to the beach. We're getting ready to go out there, and then Connie just shows up. That's her name. And she's like, "Hey, I don't want to be too forward, but like, I know you'll have a while till your room's ready." She was like, "Y'all are more than welcome to come back to mine. Y'all, like, you can take a shower if you need to, if you want to take a nap. I've got water." She was like, "I've got wine. She can go swimming. We can hang out." She's like, I don't want to like be too much, but like, and we're like, actually, that would be awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And she had one of the huts on the water. Great location too.
Yeah. And I wanted to stay there, and that was my original plan, but they were sold out when we started booking, which ended up working out for us.
It ended up being a blessing in disguise, for sure. So, like, yeah, we walk in, and we see the room. It's beautiful, and just the huts on the water look exactly identically like the villas on land.
Yeah.
The only difference is each villa on the water has a dock, and everybody on the beach can see your dock and your balcony
and everything.
And you can kayak and paddleboard and swim and snorkel all around and under the villas on the water, because they're surrounded by coral reefs.
Yeah.
So literally somebody could like swim and like just get up on your dock or see your deck. So it's like we have
no privacy
at all. Like you are on display. So like we really liked that we had our own private, our own little private villa with our own plunge pool that nobody could see. So that was nice.
She was super sweet. Got to meet Chatty Cathy, talked to her a ton.
Yeah.
She lost her husband
a year ago,
and just kind of suddenly, and she was working on rebuilding her relationship with her brother, and they just went on this very extensive trip, and they were staying past New Year's. They've already have been there for a while, and doing literally every excursion you could possibly have done.
If it was in the pamphlet, they did it.
If it's in the pamphlet, they did it. So we kind of got the tea on them with them on the excursions. We jumped. I was like, hell yeah, let's just jump into the water. Jumped into the water within the first 2 minutes.
A fish attacked
a fish attacked me. I'm screaming. I'm jumping. I think Jaws is coming for me. I'm hearing the music. Jayson, something's attacking me, biting me. I'm like doggy paddling quickly up to the ladder, and then you're like, oh, nothing. Of course it's nothing. And then you get in there.
You're so jumpy, but there was no blood. There was no mark.
No.
So then I get in the water, and then it did the same thing to me. And I was like, oh, and I don't know if it was hitting us, pecking us, or if it was
it was hitting and pecking. It felt like a tornado or torpedo.
But it was because we were too close to
the coral reef, and it was protecting it.
Because when I went back in, I went on the other route, which is a little bit more open and sandy, and nothing happened over there.
Well, I wasn't trying to find Nemo, so we were good. I was like, okay, I get it. You're territorial. I understand. You don't want me in your house. I don't want you in mine. I'm out. So we got out, we drank some wine, and we said, okay, let's mosey on over to our villa to check in.
And it was ready.
And
It was gorgeous. Grass thatched roof, giant, very cozy bed.
Private.
Yeah, private plunge pool.
Cold, nice, plunge pool, deep.
Gorgeous bathroom, clawfoot tub, rain shower head.
Yeah.
Double vanity.
The shower was fire.
It was. The bathroom was kind of like, had like behind the mirrors was open so you could see all the way through to the beach.
You know, I had to make sure the AC was cool, and I think they do a trick. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but you get there. I need a box fan. I need white noise. I like my shit cool so I can sleep, but I think they like lock it in at a certain temp, and you have to like complain about it for them to then come in and reset it to make it lower. Now, I don't really clearly know how to work the AC units that are like built into the wall very well.
Very European.
I've seen those, you know, in as we traveled,
Yes.
but I don't know how to work the remote really well. So maybe user error, but we got it down to
Was it in French?
a lower temperature. No, it wasn't in French, but there was a lot of options, and I thought what was right wasn't right.
Because then it was cold in the morning, but it wasn't at night.
Exactly.
It was the opposite.
So anyways, we got that together.
Yeah.
And then there were cats everywhere.
Not everywhere. Well, not everywhere. There was like 2.
3.
Okay. I only saw 2.
I saw 3.
Okay.
But I'm allergic.
Oh, no, wait, there was 3. There's the one. There. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
3.
the mother.
There's the mother, the one with the collar that lives in the lobby, and then the little one that likes to
hang around the buffet and eat all of the bacon and the fish and the things. Yeah. But they were sweet and they were cute and all those things. I'm just allergic.
And everybody was just like
Everyone
so
was
nice and
petting
sweet
on
to him.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then we spent literally the rest of the day at the beach. We had a routine. Got up, got breakfast, came back. You know,
set up shop on
the beach in the hut. I paddleboard. Canoed, kayak. We canoed together.
Get in the water, come out. Get in the water, come out.
And it was honestly rosé all day. We did not spend any money on excursions. We spent money on the bottles of wine, not excessively, but like, you know, a nice day.
Like you would on a honeymoon.
Like we would on a honeymoon. Yeah. And that was fun. Amazing service. People are so kind, so sweet. I still don't even know how to say it, but they have that greeting.
Maruru.
Maruru. Maruru.
It's a maruru.
Yeah,
you say like hello. Like
is that hello? Maruru. What was the other one?
Oh, it's like
cheers and
Manui.
Malui?
Manui. Yeah. I don't know why I can remember that.
Yeah, like hello.
I can't remember what I had for dinner last night. But I can
you
remember that.
Now all of a sudden you're speaking Polynesian. Wow. All right. Tahitian. All right. Yeah. So it was, honestly, they were so kind, so sweet. Love them. And you didn't have to tip there.
It wasn't mandatory, but it was appreciated.
And of course we did, but they were not really into the tips or cared about it. Yeah, I guess some employees definitely wanted it, or not wanted it, but like could use it financially. Of course we took care of our people, but it was unusual for them to kind of be like, we're okay without it. That's just how we roll. So didn't really expect that.
The guy on the beach with the blue eyes, he was really appreciative. And then the massage ladies.
Yeah.
The
massage.
Like the massage lady, I was almost about to cry. She was like, oh my God. Like she was so excited.
I forgot that we did that massage. Yes. The couples massages were literally, we did 2. We did an hour and an hour.
80 minutes.
Massage.
Full body, deep tissue, couples massage.
Man.
Where we were like facing each other.
Yeah.
It was funny because you thought we were in separate rooms and I was a mirror, but it was a cutout in the wall.
And I was like, oh wait, we're seeing each other.
Oh my God. That massage is...
And our butt cheeks were out and they were beating them down. They were riding those rolls and bumps and everything. When I tell you, I honestly, like, I've had a few massages. You say you haven't had that many.
I have. I just haven't in a long time.
Okay. Well, I'm used to a few good massages. And man, honestly, what it was for me, it was nice what she did and the pressure and all this and the essential oils and the oil and the rub down and all that sort of stuff. The face massage, though.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I didn't know I carried that much stress in my face. Maybe I'm mean mugging all the damn time, but like, damn, like, I guess I need to like massage my face a little more because maybe it's all like smug and Botox and I don't know what it is, but man, she did this thing on my throat where I think
That's why you didn't cough the whole time we were there.
yeah, I did not cough at all. I was there. It's like, is the air cleaner? Is the food the food was better. I will say,
Yeah.
I mean,
Every time we travel.
I ate the house down on when we had whatever we ate because it was good and it was free. Hello, and you're on vacation. Who doesn't do it? But I will tell you, I wasn't bloated. My stomach didn't hurt.
Nope.
I wasn't running to the bathroom. I had nothing. I wasn't nothing.
You didn't feel bad.
I didn't feel bad. I didn't
sluggish.
feel tired. It was like something is up, I tell you, with American food.
Even with the wine.
And the wine, yeah.
Even the wine it felt just
wasn't
cleaner, less
hungover.
sugar,
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It was-
Something to be said there. And then, but she did something with my neck that I think maybe like cleared my lymph nodes to where I was like snotting all over the place. She released some like drainage that I guess I had that I didn't know I had. That was awesome. And then we came out like zombies.
Yeah,
which
I was like,
nice.
don't talk to me for the first hour
Don't
afterwards.
talk to
I want
me.
to enjoy this.
And I was like, well, I'm glad you said that because
Not because of anything of you. I'm just like, I don't want to hear. I was like, I don't want to look at my phone. I just want to like,
yeah. But I'm glad you said that because I like to talk. So
Well, I didn't mean it. Like a
I know
way.
you didn't. Anyways, and then we did a sunset cruise was our other excursion that a friend gifted
My
us
friend
for the
Stephanie
wedding.
got us that as a wedding gift.
Yeah.
She has a friend who's a travel agent.
Yeah.
And she was like, let me see what I can do. She was like, well, y'all have a really great package deal, so I can get you one of these
There's
kind
nothing
of
else you can do that
excursions.
Costco didn't do for you.
Yeah.
But
And so she gave us the excursions, and the one that we both liked was the catamaran ride. It was a sunset, 2.5 hour catamaran ride. And that was just as easy as everything else. They drove to the front of our hotel.
yeah,
They picked us up in this little like safari Jeep. That was really cool.
that was cool.
And then like less than 400 meters
We were there.
down the, I mean, it was like literally right next to our resort. And we get on this little boat, and
That's why I had my like below deck vibes.
to this big, beautiful catamaran, and
That felt like Jurassic Park too.
yeah, and
Sunset was happening. And they said it was kind of like they haven't seen a good sunset like that in a while. It's like anytime I have
Yeah.
a honeymooners on my boat, we get a good sunset. So I
Absolutely.
was like, hell yeah.
and we got some really like great pictures, like GQ looking kind of pictures.
Yeah, those are
and,
cool.
It was just gorgeous. And then we got a Mai Tai.
I was buzzed that day. Definitely. That was fun.
And then we
Then we
Went
head
back.
back.
Yeah, and they dropped us off and
Right at the
front.
Yeah, so we didn't have to deal with anything.
No, and then we went to our room and cleaned up and then got dinner.
Yeah, we had dinner like an old couple. I feel like our dinner
6:30.
reservation. You had to make a reservation for your dinner because they had seats, and there were only 3 restaurants. There was like a crepe restaurant with the hut on the water,
Sweet and salty crepes.
and then kind of like a bar and bistro, and then kind of like your fancy dinner. And we kind of like jumped around. We never did the crepe one, but we bounced around, and we had to have a dinner reservation. And our dinner reservation was always at 6:30 every night. So we did that. Had great service, drank some wine, and then we were almost like back to our room by 9:00. I would say there's not much to do on the resort or island, kind of nightlife wise or anything like that. Although, what did we bring up though that I kind of was making my comment on Instagram that was kind of like shockingly and like kind of bothersome? The kids and the family.
Oh yeah.
Let's get into that real quick. Like, what the hell? First of all, it's New Year's, Christmas Eve, New Year's, or like
we
New
leave
Year's
Christmas
Day.
morning.
Yeah, New Year's Day, going into Christmas Eve. You are taking planes, trains, and automobiles. You're literally in an island in the middle of nowhere, and this is very an adult only place.
I mean, it's not that you can't take kids there, but it's like all of the villas are like a 1-bedroom situation.
Open
One
shower.
bed.
You're seeing mama's junk, dad's junk. You're seeing it all.
It's there's no like kids activities.
There's no kids pool.
director.
There's no kids nothing.
It's like it's just. I mean, it's very much like. I mean, again, you could take your kids,
which
there,
people did.
Which a lot of people did, but it was not a kid resort or a kid.
And I'm talking about some people brought babies and toddlers. First of all, on that flight, how are you going to make your kid go on an 8-hour flight there and back, and then take them to an island where there's literally nothing to do? The TV was in French, barely. Only CNN was the English channels, and the food was not like, I would say, super kid friendly.
Well, and you can't, and there was nothing really, like, aside from the pool, there was nothing for the kids to do at the resort. I mean, they could play on the beach, but they really couldn't go into the water.
And they could only do that because there's a ton of coral rocks and
So it's like you got like
I said what I say. It's not, this ain't a Legoland, this ain't a Disneyland, this is no land. This is they
were all good for the most part.
For the most part.
I mean, if you took a kid that's like, okay, 13 or up, I think it would be fine.
That's what we said.
I mean, you'd have to get them their own separate villa.
Mm-hmm.
So keep them, there's no like,
and that's not cheap.
Double bed villas.
Where they're sleeping on that sofa in front of the bed.
Yeah, the couch in front of the bed. And then, but like under 13,
no.
Like babies, toddlers, like there was, I felt like that one.
Enjoy your massage, enjoy your man, sleep in, read a book, go swimming, like enjoy your time. There's a ton of other places for kids to be, but
Tahiti is
Moorea is not the place to be. Just FYI.
Maybe the main island of Tahiti. I don't know.
Maybe. All right. Well, then what else? That was pretty much it for our experience. Like I said, we got, the only thing is that we had to wait a whole nother day, which was nice. We got to enjoy a full day there, but then our flight was at midnight.
And we had to check out by 11.
So, of course, we stayed in there until 11 in the AC and kind of cooled off because we were tan.
Yeah.
That was a whole nother type of tan. That wasn't just like a Florida, California, Texas beach tan. We got bronze quickly. I mean, I loved it. It was great. I'm definitely dry and itching and use some body oil right now. But that was definitely nice. But the flight back was, I would say, that was rough for me because we flew back to LA for New Year's Eve and I did not sleep at all. I got a TV, which was great. Watched some movies. Did not eat any food because I was full. But I sat next to a guy that was just broad-shouldered and big-backed, and he decided that he wanted to take up the entire space. So I was like kind of fighting with him. And of course, I'm in the middle. And your mouth guard in, sleeping good,
I was
up against
so
the
tired.
window.
I slept the whole way.
You slept the whole way.
8 hours.
0. I just watched, again, a ton of great documentaries, but did not get
mask, that blackout mask.
I tried it. Then we had some turbulence too on the way back.
We had a lot longer turbulence.
And the screaming kid. That was like 4 seats up. That screamed hard.
She was maybe 2 or 3.
Yes, and like a yelling scream.
It was like that curdling, like like
I was like, no, there's no way.
Now that I did hear the entire time.
And this guy popped up for every meal. And when I smelt that tin can open up, and you know me, like I'll try stuff, clearly, but he opened up that tin can and it smelled like boof. Like, no way, not good. So I was like, can't sleep. I'm tired. Baby's crying. Overstimulated. It smells like terrible, whatever. But we got there. We landed. Thankfully, you got now, what's it called? You have TSA pre-check, but you got global entry. Which, thank you.
Yeah,
for getting, because now we don't have to wait in that line.
It's not that I didn't want it. It just, there was like a waiting list for it. Yeah,
but that was a miracle because they didn't even ask for anything. Just basically scan your face and just walk through. And then we had a fun couple days in LA, which was great, right? Just danced and kind of had our own little celebration a couple times, but Tahiti. Oh, and the one thing I was like so happy about is that it didn't even rain. It drizzled like one morning, right?
Yeah, the morning before we left.
Right, but it was like very small and very brief. But I was looking at the Apple weather, and it's like raining every day for 70%, and I was like, oh no, this. But we're going, and I'll dance in the rain if I have to. But zero rain. Well, that one day, morning. But throughout the day, it was nothing. Just beautiful sun and
80 degrees,
clear skies, and nice warm weather. The water was so refreshing and not like overly cold or like overly warm.
And it was as clear as glass. You could look straight down and see it.
Talk about the landscape of the flowers, and you were obsessed with the flowers and the trees and the water. I mean, the way it looks like...
It was literally paradise.
The way it looks like on pictures is literally how it looks like in person. Turquoise, blue, clear water, not rough, no waves, honestly, no bugs or crazy insects or a lot of fun fish, but nothing like attacking you other than the one that got me when I first got there. Oh, and then tell them about when we're leaving.
Oh yeah,
and the crab.
So we're at the airport and everything is open there. It's all just like no exterior walls. Everything is just open. And we're in line to check our bags. And while we're waiting, I noticed there's a crab larger than my hand.
Yes.
Crawling.
Sebastian.
Crawling along the wall, coming towards the people in front of us, waiting in line to check their bag. And I'm like, look, a crab. And I get my phone out to record it. And there's this man who's standing by the counter. And this guy's like, sir, look out, there's a crab. And he just casually kind of
looking down, like kind of
looks down at his foot, and then he proceeded to jump out of his skin
and kind of gave a scream.
It was like, it was so funny. But then he started laughing, and it was like, and everybody was just like, ah.
But no one even cared. They carried on. Oh yeah, it's just a crab in our.
The people who worked there were just like, okay, it's a crab. Like everybody was like,
it's a daily crab, and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, but it's a crab in the airport.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It was funny.
Oh my God. Any other funny moments that we had there?
I mean, we had a ton, but I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head.
Connie and her brother was awesome. I'm so glad we got to
We casually ran into them every day.
They knew our table, or they knew our number, 46, every time we walked up. They're like,
Not
oh yeah.
Connie, but the people who
worked
worked
the people
there.
They were very sweet and kind. These people, I swear, worked every day, all day, rotated around this Hilton, and
you definitely see the rotation. Like it's like two on, two off, or whatever, and it's the same people every time. And what was interesting is that not everybody worked the same. Like, oh, I'm only the front desk person. I'm only the waiter. Like, I mean, there were times where he was our busser, he was our server, he checked us in. Yeah. Like he was like the transaction. Like it was like they bounced around, and I think the people in the front office were like the only ones that were kind of like the business administrative role. But everybody else was like all like, oh hey.
Yeah,
that was
we
cool.
saw a beautiful rainbow.
We did. Over the huts.
Oh, and then we had the dinner and a show.
Oh, we had the traditional Tahitian dancers, and then they had the fire dancers on the beach, which was really cool.
That was cool, man. They were sweating their weave out there.
Yeah, and they formed like a human pyramid, and was like still doing the fire dancing.
Yeah, that was kind of. Oh, and then guess who got pulled up on stage?
Of course. I knew they were going to call me up. I knew it. And they're like,
why?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you know?
I always get pulled to do those things because, like your sister said, they don't expect this tall, skinny white boy to be able to bust a move.
And, baby, did you bust a move? I said.
And then I get up there and I shake these hips. And then they're like, even the fire dancers were like, okay. They're like clapping me
we were all
arms.
clapping. Yeah. I was like,
clap.
I said what I say. There are no stiff white boys at this table.
No.
Do you think I'm marrying a stiff white boy?
I got moves. Yeah.
And you popped, locked, and dropped it, clapped it, brought it all the way back, front, down. I was like, these knees are well oiled. He gets his Valvoline service every month. We are changing these lubrications out on a regular.
Yeah, get a fresh pair of knees.
Fresh pair of knees. They were kind of shocked and surprised.
They were, because they had you do that one move where it looks like your
thighs are clapping.
Your thighs are clapping with your knees going in and out, in and out.
I said, can you imagine if I got up there and did that? No way.
But then you had to shake your hips while you were doing it, and then you're doing this thing with these like Tahitian like pom poms, basically.
I was like all you were missing was a hula hoop, and then you could have been on Tahitian's Got Talent.
Yep.
I would have voted for you.
I would hope so.
Of course. Well, it was an awesome trip. I love you so much. Something I'll never forget. Unfortunately, we came back to some not so great news about my dad passing away, but that's for another episode to dive into. But yeah, I'm glad we were able to share this. Go on that Costco trip.
Costco travel agency. Even if you don't want to go to Tahiti.
No, that's the other thing.
They have a whole travel agency full of these great deals. You just need a Costco membership.
I highly, highly recommend it.
10 out of 10.
Yes, and they kind of made it all connect easily for you. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Happy New Year. Thanks for listening, and keep awesome queered.